we got a big one here with Illinois versus Penn State. And Illinois comes into this game a perfect 4-0. And last week, when they got that huge win against Nebraska, I was on them in that game, Illinois +8. But I'll be the first to admit, it was a little, right? It was a little suspect. They had to come back in the fourth quarter. They were down, had to make a bit of a comeback. Defense held up. Excuse me. Altmaier was able to make plays with his arm, send the game to overtime, and then steal the win in overtime. But go back 2 weeks as well. Home dog, I think they were +5-ish at home against Kansas, and it's kind of a similar situation. Pulled that game out in the fourth quarter as well. So you kind of got this Illinois team that has basically been outplayed for 2 weeks straight, but has won both games. So they're sitting here at 4-0 when they easily could be a 2-2 team. Now, let me ask you this. If Illinois comes into this game with a 2-2 record, what's this point spread? It's currently 17.5, right? -17.5 to Penn State at home. I think it's over 3 touchdowns. I think this is 21.5 if they're coming to this game at 2-2. So I think you have value here on Penn State at home. This is a massive step up in competition for both sides of the ball for Illinois. All right. And Altmaier has looked good. He's looked better than I thought this year, right? Better than he looked in previous seasons. But I can't trust him against this Penn State secondary. And Penn State in the trenches in this game, man, on both sides of the ball, offense and defensive lines, should just absolutely dominate. Another thing to mention, turnover luck is something I always like to look at. +7 turnover margin for Illinois. It's just unsustainable, right? You can have a defense that's good at forcing turnovers, but there's a difference between that and between turnover luck or turnover margin. It's just too much. It's going to eventually swing back. I think this could be the game where it swings back. And then you got trends as well on this one. Unlike the Georgia-Bama game, you do have trends here. James Franklin, as a double-digit favorite, is 64% against the spread in his coaching career. There's a system here, I believe, about 2 ranked teams when the spread's over 2 touchdowns. The favorite covers at a north of 60% clip. I really like this matchup for Penn State. I think it's a little bit of a letdown spot for Illinois. Night game in Happy Valley. I think you lay it here with the Nittany Lions -17.5. A little bit of a shorter one there. Not much to go over.